Today on the Platinum Patrol, we have another viewer-submitted replay, this time from RathFr Nick. He's going to be going up against our Zerg player, TVZZ, in the top left corner of the map. We're going to have to see how this game goes. Our Zerg is in Silver League, and our Terran player is in Gold League, so we should see some interesting strategies and gameplay here. So our Terran starts off by asking the Zerg for his build. Here's a tip: if you ever get an answer back from this, that's it says maybe. That's not maybe, it's a lie. They're just telling you the opposite of what they're doing. But this could scare our Terran into doing some kind of defensive build, perhaps, if he's really afraid of the 12 pool. It appears he is getting his gas first, so he's probably going to go for some kind of gas play here. I'm not sure what he's going to use this for. 2 Overlords are coming out now from our Zerg, who is going to build with his 2 larvae and not supply nothing. Okay, there we go. Second hatchery goes down, but he should still be, there we go, making some more drones. Nice. Our Terran, on the other hand, is going to build some more SCVs, hopefully getting this barracks done and building an orbital. Nothing too exciting going on there. Hatch gas pool from the Zerg, pretty standard, and he's going to build some more drones. We're going to have to see if his overlords count anything interesting for him. I'm kind of interested here to see what this Reaper gets done, because it's going to come in and probably distract our Zerg a little bit. Probably won't do any real damage, but we'll have to see. And there's the orbital coming in. Back to the Zerg side of the map. He's building some more You don't need this overlord. This hatchery is about to finish. I'll give you 3 more supply. And you're already at... Well, I guess he wanted the Overlord to scout. He didn't need this yet. He could have saved the money and more drones. Should have helped out his economy a little bit. This Reaper comes out. It looks like our Zerg player is going to scout the Reaper. Let's see how he reacts. It appears that his reaction will be... He's got the 4 Zerglings coming out. That should be enough to zone it away until his queens are done. He's building 2 queens. Our Terran's going to follow this up with his second command center, and a factory, and a tech lab. Well, what's this tech lab's for? Pretty sure should have been a reactor, but we'll see if he uses it for something interesting here. The Reaper here is coming in bothering the Zerglings. Well, this harassment's already worth it if the Zerg's got 500 banked from this. We'll take out 1, 2... Got 2 Zerglings out of it, but he also made the Zerg bank up 650 minerals, which is terrible at this stage in the game. He's injecting now down. Well, he dropped a creep tumor here instead of injecting. He needs to use his money. Drop down the 3rd base already, help you get more production. Drop an extra hatchery. But this much banked up is not great for our Zerg player. Our Terran seems to be almost done with his 2nd base. Probably going to land that soon. He's going to build a bunker to make sure it's extra safe when he drops it down. See what his Reaper... Has his Reaper scouted anything interesting so far? Appears all he's seen is the 2nd base, nothing else. Some SCVs are coming in from the Terran. Nothing unusual. He's going for the starport, so probably be a Liberator, most likely, at this stage of the game. Unless he wants to use the Tech Lab for a Banshee, which would be kind of interesting. But, appears it's just going to be a Liberator. It's too... Okay, well, our Zerg didn't want to hold position his Overlord over the high ground to prevent the Terran from seeing it. So instead, he got shot down by 2 Marines and he loses track of what's going on in this base. The real Overlord should really stay here and hold position so he can't get shot down without having to use a scan or something. Flying a building over. This wouldn't have seen it. In the meantime, this Reaper appears to be denying the 3rd base, which is great from the Zerg. And that Overlord loss actually supply blocked the Zerg too. That's pretty bad, and now he's so distracted he's not even building anything. Zerg's macro is not on point so far. No injections here, no injections here. He finally gets the hatchery down. He could build another hatchery at this point. Well, I take it back. He could build 3 more hatcheries when that happened. Because he has such a large bank. He needs to spend his money. He has a few more workers than our Terran. He's building 10 more. It's not a bad choice. Our Terran seems to not be queuing up SCVs. That is natural. Should probably be doing that if he's not going to make it to an orbital right now. And these Liberator and Hellions looks like they're going to time their attack together. Hit one base with the hit one base with these, and then hopefully his Liberator goes out and he hits another base with the same time. That could do some real damage. Yeah. So we'll have to pay attention to how that attack goes. In the meantime, he's following this up with a second factory. And our Zerg player, he's got some defenses ready in 5 Zerglings and his Queens. Queens are excellent defensive units though in the early game, if you have enough of them, which is not that many. So these Hellions are getting ready. Liberator's going to position. We'll have to see what goes on here. There's not many drones here to die, but you can distract here, then hit with a Liberator for the real damage. Liberator comes in. It's going to hit some drones here. These Hellions are going to bother the Zerglings. We're getting driven away by the Queens, most likely. So Liberator's the one doing the real damage here, and he's got 6, 7 drones. That's definitely worth it. He could just unsiege it now and move it away. The Hellions backed up after the Queen showed up, and they're hiding by some rocks. There weren't any drones for them to kill, so it's probably good. They can go back in now, though, and probably get a couple. See if he has his Infernal Pre-Igniter started yet. No. Alright, so they wouldn't kill the drones too quickly, so the Queens could still probably drive them off without taking too much damage. Speaking of the upgrades, our Zerg has got his speed upgrade so far, and that's it. And our Terran player looks like he's gonna build... getting his armory. Maybe we'll start getting some upgrades for his mech units there. We've got the 3rd CC coming up. Not bad. And the Zerg's pushing out with his Roaches and Ravagers. Well, 2 Ravagers. Unfortunately for the Zerg, there is a tank line here, a bunker, and a Liberator, so he's not going to be doing anything for the Terran. But if he just contains him on 2 bases while he's on 4, he could even build... well, he could build 10 more hatcheries right now. So he's fine. He just needs to use his money to do something. Overseer's here, he's getting ready. Looks like he's going to try and push this base in a little bit, pressure it, which he doesn't need to do. Just stay here and contain it, it's fine. Zerg only, or the Terran only has to... nope, don't do it. Alright, he pulls away at that first tank volley. That's pretty good. He won't lose any units there. And if he keeps them contained, that's perfect. This ghost that came in though, hit this Overlord. So he knows there's a ghost now. It's a transform into an Overseer. Look for it. Let's see if the ghost... are there any nukes ready? There's 1 nuke ready. We'll have to see what this ghost does. Ooh, our Zerg. What's the Zerg response to this? The Zerg appears to be doing nothing about this. He doesn't see it. Which means this is gonna land. There goes 32 kills. These drones are just hanging out like, where's my extractor, bro? It's dead, bro. It's gone. At the same time, these Hellions came in here and they did some damage too. The ghost goes back to heal up with this medevac. And altogether from that harassment, looks like 40 drones went down. That's a lot. RathFr Nick's pulled ahead on the worker count because of that. Hopefully this medevac moves. Well, I guess if you can't hit the Ravager pile, then you don't move the medevac and it doesn't get hit. Some real big brain plays here. The medevac flies away. In the meantime, we have these 4 Hellions hanging out on creep. I would imagine these aren't cleaned up if they don't leave. They could come in here and harass though. Doesn't look like that's what we're seeing, but we have another bunker going down, another command center. This medevac could probably leave now. This Zerg army's coming to clean up these Hellions. So what's the next move from our Terran? So build another nuke. That first one did very well. We'll have to see if he's going to get another nuke like that again. It's really unlikely. But he's got a lot of energy in his command centers. He should be dropping mules, especially since his base just finished. Drop mules all over this. Get your income. Well, I guess he doesn't need the income if he has a 2,000 mineral bank. Our Zerg's got 4,000 mineral bank though. It's an army of the bankers. Or war of the bankers. Let's see who can get the bigger bank. Or like a campaign mission or something. In the meantime, our Zerg's going up. He's got his hive. Are we going to see any hive tech units though? Some Vipers would be nice, especially if he knows how many... he's seen how many tanks there are. He's seen the tank positions. Pull the Liberators with some ducks into your army. Take him out with Hydralisk, which he's apparently going for. His Queens are full of energy, still not injecting. Zerg's macros... well, he's injecting this Queen. No, the Zerg macro is not great right now. These Hellions come in, get some more kills. Looks like 6, 7, 8 drones, or 10. Ooh, that was a lot of drones. 10, 12 drones just went there. It's pretty good when they get out. The medevac, right? Let's see if this medevac gets away. It's going for it. It's going for it. And it blew up. Tried to park on this cliff. It's not allowed. In the meantime, in the Terran's base, he's ahead on workers finally. He's consistently ahead on workers finally. And he's got some production going. He needs more factories though if he's going for this Thor tank thing. He doesn't have enough factories for this. You can see by his bank building up. It's past 3,000 now, and he's got a lot of gas banks too, so he could be building more tanks and Thors. Another wave of drones comes over to this base. These queens again need to be injecting. This Zerg's not gonna have larvae. That's why his bank's approaching 4,000 minerals. I mean, this is a Wall Street guy. I've never seen one. Now we going in here. There's not much minerals left in his main base. He's probably going to take this 5th soon. And this 5th, well, this Liberator is sieging here. I guess he wants to prevent the 5th. And this drone's coming here to kill a creep tumor. He blocked his own base with this. It's gonna move over and get shot down by this Liberator. It's like the best expansion plan I've ever seen. Let's go. Killed the creep tumor. And now he's not gonna build the base. Now he sees the Liberator. Nice. This ghost is gonna go in. Oh, it doesn't drop the base now. So this Liberator's going in here. It's going to siege up. Let's see if it gets any kills here. This queen. The queen goes not to be a problem. So this Liberator will keep track of it. In the meantime, though, this ghost is gonna drop another nuke on this base. This is the same base that got nuked last time. We'll see if there's any response. Ooh, some Hydralisks might get killed this time. Oh boy. That's a lot of damage. In the meantime, this Liberator did kill off around 10 drones simultaneously. And then this oh, shoot it. He's trying to transform his Overseer to get some health back. But the ghost just shot it, would have died. Because it doesn't get the health till the cocoon's finished. But the ghost decided to let him live. In the meantime, we have another Hellions running in here, taking out some more drones which were pulled from the Liberator earlier. And didn't go back to work yet. Let's take a look at the drone losses this game. It's going to be pretty painful. Yeah, 80 drones went down so far. What's the Zerg's follow-up? Level 3 armor? Hydralisks have good upgrades. If you take a look at the upgrades, he's got 2-2 on his ground units, plus the Hydralisk upgrades. And our Terran's got nothing. Just Cloak and Infernal Pre-Igniters. Oh boy. Well, a nuke's not a unit. I guess you don't need to upgrade it. You're just gonna win with nukes. Speaking of nukes, it appears he's got some more Ghost Academies being built now. Up to 5. He's gonna drop more nukes into them. Load up the arsenal. He scans, and what he sees are bases that he's gonna try and nuke. So he's looking for spore crawlers probably. And it doesn't appear that there are any. So we'll see how this next round of nukes goes. He got some Thors in his main base. This one looks stuck. He's not going to lift any buildings off to let the Thor out. So this is just turning to a turret Thor. He's playing Manx co-op commanders and got Sentinel mode on, Overwatch mode. This other one's also stuck, but it's stuck behind supply depots. They could be lowered. But we're just going to block him in here. It's base defense. This is the 200 IQ play, so when you A move, your units don't leave your base. They still keep guarding it. This is what you do if you're in Gold or Silver League. In the meantime, another nuke goes down. See if the Zerg pulls this one. He's reacted to 1 of 4 nukes so far. Yeah, there you go. 1 of 4 nukes have been reacted to. Maybe this 5th nuke will get reacted to. You never know. He takes out, it looks like, an Overlord with that one. And the other nuke looks like it got shot down by some Hydralisks in his natural base. There's still no drones here, though. The Zerg has not rebuilt his drones. He's got 62, but they're not mining. They're just hanging out somewhere, apparently. In the meantime, he tries to push into the Terran's natural, or 3rd base, with his roaches, but he needs 2 tanks and some Thors and pulls away. He's got much better upgrades than our Terran player still. He's got level 3 armor, level 2 weapons, and our Terran has level 1 weapons for vehicles. That's it. So hopefully these well, like I said before, nukes aren't units, so if that's all he's gonna use, maybe he'll react to this one. This will take out, looks like just some larvae. This nuke will also take out, not quite the building. This building's gonna be pretty low. This one takes out a couple larvae on a creep tumor. This nuke, oh, we got like 2 for 7 on the nukes now. Zerg doesn't notice. Ooh. This Hydralisk almost got there in time. Bases are getting pretty low. And he's transforming some more Overseers. Building more Thors. Here comes the mech army. There's no... Where's the tanks? Alright, so he's going without the tanks. This is a very, very bold move. Especially considering he's down 4 upgrades on his opponent. But we'll have to hope these units don't get caught anywhere. There's enough roaches and Hydralisks here to take this out pretty easily. And this is not a cheap army he wants to lose. Plus the Zerg is finally adding in 4 Vipers. Some level 3 tech units finally. Using up his 5,000 bank, which he is just hanging on to. And these Thors just walked into a trap. They're dead. This is not great for the Terran player. He's losing the primary source of his army. If he had some tanks here, he might have been able to fight this. But as it is, he's taking a lot of losses here. This one's going to try and fly away, and it blows up anyway. In the meantime, though, there's another nuke dropping. If he nukes these Vipers, that's pretty fantastic. And it looks like he's going to. Some more drones. Another 26 kills on this Ghost. Let's take a look so far. 109 drones have died. Just mainly nukes and a couple liberators. He's going to drain this hatchery. I'm not sure that's the best idea. He likes to nuke this base. If he just nukes this again, this hatchery could die. Speaking of the hatcheries, this one is almost... Well, this one's in range right now for a nuke, but it'll heal up before another one gets here. This one would die to a nuke. This Ghost runs and starts shooting down the Overseer. It's very ambitious. It's going to take him a while to kill that. In the meantime, our Zerg appears to be F2A moving around a whole bunch of Overseers. We just keep following his army. He's got one in observation mode at least. So our Terran still is immobile. Oh, he let the Thors out. Probably why he built the medevac. We got some more nukes being queued up here. He's got his 4th base started. Could probably, based on what I've seen earlier, drop some mules. Since I haven't seen a mule this game, and we're still at full energy on every command center, we could probably just cover this base in some mules. But it appears he doesn't really care, seeing as he still has 3,000 minerals in the bank. Our Zerg, on the other hand, has 5,000 in the bank and 2,500 gas, and he's only at 137 supplies, so he could build a whole bunch of units, especially with his larva, seeing as he has 15. Even though he's not well, here's the thing: if you don't inject your larva, but you never use your larva, it's like you don't need to inject. It's a macro hack right there. He's learning how to macro easier. Speaking of easier, there's no drones here. He just went for this base. This is not the easier base to mine from, but he wants this base's minerals, I guess. This one's, well, he got some drones here now. It's been harassed too much. This base has no drones at it either, except these 2 on the extractors and this random drone here. As Zerg's pulling back, if he scouts this position, he could see that he could probably pressure this base pretty easily. Ooh, especially if these tanks leave. He's got an Overseer here. If we take a look, he believe he does have a Nidus network. This Overlord could drop in a Nidus canal here and pull the Terran back. They could hit either this 4th base or this 3rd base as the army leaves. That'd be a pretty good move by the Zerg, and it looks like he's getting his army ready to do something like that. In the meantime, there's a counterattack set up with some Hellbats, which are going to hit some Hydralisks. So we've given up on the F2 now. No more F2A move. And it looks like the Zerg's going to run straight into the army. That's one Thor, but he was in a great position as Overlord to drop a Nidus Canal and distract his opponent. Instead, though, he went right for the front. It's not the best play. But to be fair, if you have 8,000 resources in the bank, you can do almost anything. And then remax your army, and then finish them off. Speaking of the bank, our Terran's running out of gas. He's going to need some more pretty soon. That's probably why he's getting this corner base up. Should probably start building the refineries here. And if we take a look, here comes the Ghosts. He's got 5 nukes. He tries to push in here again, the Zerg player. But he's going to have to watch out. These nukes are going to drop. He's 2 for 8 now, so maybe he'll react to these ones. 1 nuke, 2 nukes, 3 nukes. Nuclear launch detected. Well, it's not going to kill anything here. Maybe he'll shoot down the hatchery afterwards. These drones leave. Are they going into the other nuke? Nope. This hatchery lives. Maybe he'll finish that one off. Oh, they ran from 1 nuke into another nuke. And this one almost finished off this hatchery. Oh, and this Viper just hung out. This Viper said this hatchery has to die. I'm going to keep draining it. Then he got shot down himself. A bunch of Overlords died to this nuke. A couple more drones. And this hatchery did get finished off by the Ghost. So did this one. So we're down 2 hatcheries on the Zerg. And this one looks like he got healed just in time. 4 Overseers coming out here. I feel like at this point the Zerg should just drop some Spore Crawlers around the map and not have to worry about this anymore. This Ghost is trying to kill a Hydralisk. Interesting. So we take a look now. It's like 138 drones have died. And 2 hatcheries. And now the Terran's moving out. He's got the tanks for them this time. This is a strong army. But the Zerg's apparently still up. 4 upgrades. This Terran just doesn't want his upgrades. So he could just remax his army. And then he could come in here and surround this from the back and take this army out. Surround it and then remax his army again. He can come in from the back, just take the tanks out. There's something really... Where are these... What is he doing? Oh no, he clicked on the back tank. He clicked his whole army in the back tank. Well, he got the back tank, but he got nothing else. Nice troll, says the Zerg. Okay, I guess our Zerg wanted to... I don't know, our Zerg just gave up. He said, I don't want to spend my 9,000 bank. I want to click all my units on the back tank in the tank line and walk through all the Thors. It's funny because if he just A-moved his army in there, it would have done better. But I guess that's it. Good job to RathFr Nick. We're going to need to see some more replays like this to know